Hello students, in our previous video we have discussed about glycolysis. So in today's video we can discuss about the continuity of the glycolysis. So you know that one molecule of glucose by the series of enzymatic reaction we synthesized two molecule of pyruvic acid. So this we have already studied in glycolysis, and it is one of the common step for both aerobic as well as anaerobic reaction. Remember, now if pyruvic acid, if it get the oxygen, it enter into aerobic reaction. Remember, in the presence of the oxygen which enter into aerobic reaction. If oxygen is not available, pyruvic acid enter into anaerobic reaction. And what all the process which is involved in anaerobic reaction, that we can discuss in my next video. So in today's class we can discuss about, in the presence of the oxygen, pyruvic acid enter into aerobic reaction. In that the first reaction, it is the Krebs cycle. The first step of the aerobic reaction is Krebs cycle. So in today's video I am going to explain about Krebs cycle. Before moving to the Krebs cycle, we must understand the basic concept of the Krebs cycle. So what are all the basic concept of the Krebs cycle? So as you all know that glycolysis take place in cytoplasm. And what is the product of glycolysis here? Of course you know that two molecule of pyruvic acid and two molecule of ATP. Of course you know that there are four molecule of ATP are synthesized, but out of four molecule of ATP, two molecule of ATP are utilized in the first 5 cycle. So the net gain of the ATP now it is only 2, and along with the two molecule of ATP, two molecule of NADH2 also synthesized. So if pyruvic acid get the oxygen which enter into the Krebs cycle, and what happen this ATP and NADH2? So you must know that NADH2 which lead to the production of ATP, but it is in the mitochondria. The ATP production take place in the mitochondria, so that this NADH2 must enter inside the mitochondria, because it is now it is in the cytoplasm. It should enter inside the mitochondria. These NADH2 molecule can enter inside the mitochondria by two different shuttle method, either by the malate aspartate shuttle or glycerol phosphate shuttle. Remember, the NADH2 which is present in the cytoplasm, now it enter inside the mitochondria by the malate aspartate shuttle or glycerol phosphate shuttle. But these process are energy related to transport the two molecule of NADH2 which utilizes the two molecule of ATP. So remember, to transport two molecule of NADH2 which requires two molecule of ATP, of course these ATP are supplied from here itself, so that the net gain of two molecule of ATP is utilized for the transport of NADH2 inside the mitochondria. So now the net gain of the ATP in glycolysis is 0. Remember, the net gain of the ATP in glycolysis is 0. Now NADH2 which is entered inside the mitochondria, and how these NADH2 which synthesis ATP, that we can discuss in our next video. So now coming to the Krebs cycle. What happened if pyruvic acid get the oxygen and how Krebs cycle will take place? So remember, Krebs cycle take place in the matrix of the mitochondria, but here the two molecule of pyruvic acid is present in the cytoplasm. Now it should enter inside the matrix of the mitochondria. Of course, we know that which has two membrane. One is the outer membrane, another it is the inner membrane, and in between perimitochondrial space is present. So now two molecule of pyruvic acid should enter inside the matrix of the mitochondria. Before it entering into the matrix of the mitochondria, there is one step will take place. That step is called intermediate step. The step is called intermediate step, where a pyruvic acid is converted into acetyl coenzyme A. The acetyl coenzyme A enter inside the matrix of the mitochondria, and Krebs cycle take place inside the matrix of mitochondria. So this is the link between the glycolysis as well as Krebs cycle. This intermediate step is one link between glycolysis and Krebs cycle. But at the same time, you have to remember there are two molecules of pyruvic acid, but at the same time only one molecule of pyruvic acid will enter inside the matrix of mitochondria. So there are two times of Krebs cycle will take place. At a time only one pyruvic acid can enter into the cycle, so that there are two times of Krebs cycle will take place. So now coming to the detailed explanation of Krebs cycle. You know that there are two molecules of pyruvic acid, but at a time only one molecule of pyruvic acid enter into the reaction. So this one molecule of pyruvic acid which has a 3 carbon, because we know that each molecule has a 3 carbon. Pyruvic acid first converted into acetyl coenzyme A, because here a coenzyme is added to the reaction. So here acetyl coenzyme A is formed. In this process, one molecule of carbon dioxide is released. So here 3 carbon is present, so that it becomes 2 carbon. This process is catalyzed by the enzyme pyruvic acid dehydrogenase. So here one molecule of NADH2 is formed, and this process is catalyzed by the enzyme called pyruvic acid dehydrogenase, but it has a different components, so it is called pyruvic acid dehydrogenase complex. This complex includes magnesium 2 plus TPP. TPP means thiamine pyrophosphate, as well as this complex consists of lipoic acid and transacetylase. Pyruvic acid dehydrogenase complex consists of Mg2 plus, TPP, lipoic acid and transacetylase. Here pyruvic acid dehydrogenase which catalyzes the reaction, so that pyruvic acid which converted into acetyl coenzyme A, and this step is called intermediate step. Now this acetyl coenzyme A which enter inside the matrix of the mitochondria. Remember, matrix of the mitochondria which already consists of oxaloacetic acid which has a 4 carbon. Now this acetyl coenzyme A which react with the oxaloacetic acid and forms citric acid. So there are 2 carbon which is present in the acetyl coenzyme A, here 4 carbon, so the citric acid consists of 6 carbon. So that Krebs cycle is also called citric acid cycle, because the first chemical component which is produced in the Krebs cycle is citric acid, so that Krebs cycle is also called citric acid cycle. It is also called tricarboxylic acid cycle, because the citric acid molecule which has a 3 carboxylic group, so that it is called tricarboxylic acid cycle. So this step is catalyzed by the enzyme called citric acid synthetase. Citric acid synthetase. In this step, a molecule of CoA is released. CoA is released. So citric acid do not consist any CoA complex, that is a coenzyme A. So this coenzyme A again enter into here. This coenzyme A enter into here, and again it will enter into the cycle. And in between, a molecule of water is added. Now this citric acid is organized into cis-aconitic acid by the enzyme called aconitase with the help of the mineral called Fe2+, by releasing a molecule of water. Now this cis-aconitic acid further converted into isocitric acid. This step is also carried by the enzyme called aconitase. Here also mineral called Fe2+ is utilized. Here a molecule of water is entered into the cycle. Now this isocitric acid is converted into oxalosuccinic acid by the enzyme called isocitric dehydrogenase. Isocitric dehydrogenase with the help of the mineral called Mn2+. So this process, the dehydrogenase, so in this step NAD which converted into NADH+, H+. Remember, citric acid consists of 6 carbon, so there is no release of the carbon dioxide. So the cis-aconitic acid also consists of 6 carbon. Here also no carbon release. Here also 6 carbon is present. Here also no carbon is released, so which maintains the same carbon number. Now oxalosuccinic acid which converted into alpha ketoglutaric acid. In this process, a molecule of carbon dioxide is released. So here 6 carbon is present. So alpha ketoglutaric acid consists of 5 carbon. This process is catalyzed by the enzyme called oxalosuccinic decarboxylase, because the release of the carbon dioxide. So this is a decarboxylase enzyme which catalyzes the reaction. Now this alpha ketoglutaric acid is further converted to succinyl coenzyme A. Succinyl coenzyme A. In this process, a molecule of coenzyme A is added to the cycle, so that which has a succinyl coenzyme A. This process is catalyzed by the enzyme called alpha ketoglutaric dehydrogenase. Remember, this process is catalyzed by the enzyme called alpha ketoglutaric dehydrogenase enzyme, which catalyzes the alpha ketoglutaric acid to succinyl coenzyme A. Remember, this alpha ketoglutaric acid dehydrogenase also includes magnesium 2+, same here also, which includes magnesium 2+, TPP, means thiamine pyrophosphate, lipoic acid, and here trans acetylase is present, because which is a conversion of pyruvic acid to acetyl coenzyme A. So here trans acetylase is present, but here alpha ketoglutaric acid to succinyl coenzyme A, instead of trans acetylase, here trans succinylase is present. Remember, magnesium 2+, TPP, lipoic acid, and trans succinylase is present here. In this process, a molecule of carbon dioxide is released. A molecule of carbon dioxide is released, so that succinyl coenzyme A has 4 carbon. Remember, Succinyl coenzyme A has 4 carbon. Now this succinyl coenzyme A is converted into succinic acid by the enzyme called succinyl coenzyme A synthetase. Succinyl coenzyme A synthetase. In this process, a coenzyme is released. In this process, coenzyme is released. So that succinic acid do not consist of any coenzyme A, but this released coenzyme A again further entered into the reaction. So now, in between the succinyl coenzyme A to succinic acid, a molecule of GDP which converted into GTP. Now this GTP which gives the phosphate group to the ADP and which give rise to ATP. So that from GTP a molecule of ATP is produced. Now this succinic acid further converted to fumaric acid by the enzyme called succinic acid dehydrogenase. So here also dehydrogenase enzyme is used, so that here release of the proton molecule which gives to the FAD molecule, so that FAD converted into FADH2. Now this fumaric acid is further converted to malic acid, by the enzyme fumarase. In this step, a molecule of water is utilized. Now this malic acid further converted to oxaloacetic acid. Remember, this malic acid recycles the oxaloacetic acid by the enzyme called malic acid dehydrogenase. Malic acid dehydrogenase. Of course, here also dehydrogenase enzyme which catalyzes the reaction, so that here which releases a proton and which entered into NAD, so which synthesizes NADH plus H plus. Here succinyl coenzyme A has a 4 carbon. In between there are no release of any carbon atom, so that succinic acid which maintains the same carbon, fumaric acid is also maintains the same carbon, malic acid is also maintain the same carbon, oxaloacetic is also consist of 4 carbon. Again this oxaloacetic acid which react with the acetyl coenzyme A, and the reaction will be continued same. So this is called Krebs cycle. Remember what we understood, the whole Krebs cycle concept. So you know that one molecule of glucose which synthesizes 2 molecule of pyruvic acid along with the 2 molecule of NADH2. Of course you know that NADH2 now it is in the matrix of the mitochondria, which is already entered into the matrix of the mitochondria by the shuttle method by utilizing the 2 molecule of ATP, and 2 molecule of pyruvic acid entered into the Krebs cycle. But remember, at a time only 1 molecule of pyruvic acid can enter into the cycle. 1 molecule of pyruvic acid synthesizes 4 molecule of NADH2, 1 molecule of FADH2 and 1 molecule of ATP. But there are 2 molecule of pyruvic acid, so that the Krebs cycle take place in twice, so which is equals to 8 molecule of NADH2, 2 molecule of FADH2 and 2 molecule of ATP. So what happened those NADH2 molecule, FADH2 molecule or ATP? What are the steps which is involved after Krebs cycle? So those topic we can discuss in our next video. Thank you.